Hi, this is Ezekiel Chew, founder of Asiaforexmentor. Mentor. So in this video, I'll be revealing what I do on a weekly basis, and I'll be sharing my analysis for this week, which is the 15th of August 2016. So you can refer to this video throughout the week to spot for trade setups. The analysis in this video will be my trading plan for the week. So in my weekly analysis videos, I'll be sharing pairs that have possible setup for the week, or pairs that are worth taking note. Okay, so here's the first pair, XAU USD. So this is go again. This is a recap of what we have gone through for the past few weeks. Last week itself, I mentioned that price has closed below the trend line that we have drawn based on all the previous lows. So this is a good indication that price is now heading downwards for gold. And that week itself, last week itself, price did a little bit of retracement, and by far, which is normal, right? Which is normal. So it broke through the trend line, which is my blue line over here, and came back up to test the trend line again. And by far, there hasn't been a close above the trend line. So this shows that the line here is being held strongly, right? Price respects the line, and last Friday itself, it formed something like a pin bar over here. So this is a good indication that price is respecting this rejection area, and good chance that price is going to head down. But if I want to play safe, I will wait until price to close below the lows of this pin bar, in a way, below the low of here. Once price closes below, then I'll be looking forward to go for short trade, and when it does comes down, my final destination for my take profit will be here. Alright, so this is gold. Alright, next pair is XAG USD, which is silver. Again, we have covered this. I just want to go through this quickly. Last week I mentioned that price is going to head to the trend line. It did. So it made the trend line, and it got a rejection upwards, which is normal. And last Friday itself, it officially closed below the line itself. So again, the silver and the gold moves, they are correlated. They move largely in the same way. So once we can expect price to go up, test a little bit. Once it does break through the low of this, the last Friday bar itself, is most likely going to head down to the lows that we can see over here. Alright, next pair. This is S&P. Again, S&P, it's pretty much similar, has been pretty flat, but all in all, it has been similar to the ND, which is the Nasdaq. And I did mention that once it does close above, it's going to on its way into going to make its movement upwards. So last week itself, price has been steadily, nothing strong, just a couple of small bars, but slowly moving upwards itself. So there really isn't much momentum or major news in the market to have big propelling movements like the bars we see over here and all this. But so we can just expect price to maybe steadily move in a manner like this, either up or sideways itself, right? So this is the S&P and the Nasdaq itself. Next pair is the dollar Sing. Again, we have covered this for a couple of weeks. Price is still ranging at the levels that we have talked about. We are still waiting for price to break through the top and the lows that we can have over here. All my three lines: orange line, white line, and blue dotted line. So this is the area where we are waiting for, right? So by far, price is still going up sideways, and which is good, because when it does eventually break after consolidating for so many weeks, right? For so many weeks, it's going to be a good strong break itself. So next pair, Euro GBP, right? Euro GBP, all right. This I've plotted this on a monthly time frame. This was something that I've plotted. I believe I've covered this several weeks back. So this was the base on the highs. I plotted a trend line over here, right? So on the weekly time frame itself, price closed above the all-time trend line, which started in 2011 itself. So it was a 5-6 years trend line itself, rejection area, right? So price eventually closed above quite recently, and after breaking through a major trend line, which is a rejection, good chance it's going to hit through. So it hit up, price came back down to test the trend line, and it's holding really well, right? And it's holding really well. So it shows that price is respecting this all-time trend line. Nevertheless, so this was an area of good rejection where we could go for a long. So nevertheless, price has gone up itself. It has broken through the area. It has also closed above the high of the previous bar. So it's a good indication that for Euro GBP, good chance is going to hit upwards, and if it does hit upwards, next stop it will most likely go to whereas the next rejection level is the highs over here. So there's still quite some room for it to run over 150 over pips, so still good movement. Right, next pair, GBP USD. So we have covered this last week. I mentioned that once price closed below the line is a good indication. So price did close below the line, and ever since then it went down, touches the Bollinger Band, hits back up to form a pin bar that bounce off this strong rejection level. So this is a good area of entry, whereby we have already spotted and anticipated this movement, and price has been down ever since. So good chance that price will continue and slowly head its way downwards, right, to the lows that we can see over here itself. So this is GBP USD, which goes to my last chart itself, which is GBP CAD. It's largely similar. Price has shot down all the way towards almost to the bottom and is getting stopped by the Bollinger Band. So we can expect price to have a rejection over here, and if we look at the MACD, we see the lows over here. It's something like a double bottom. So we're going to expect price to have a little rejection over here, which we would also expect from the rest of the GBP pairs, and it may go down even lower and then retrace a little bit upwards over here because of a double bottom that we can note over here. If there's no for this week itself, if there's no fanciful news for the pound itself, most likely it's going to retrace upwards after probably heading down a little bit more, right? So if I go over to the weekly time frame, so this is it, right? So last week itself, last month it formed a pin. This month itself is totally going to erode away the pin. So I'll just note this as the ultimate point. So long as no price close below close, I mentioned close, so long as no price close below this red level, which is marked by our previous lows, a good chance is going to have a little bit of rebound its way upwards. But when it does close below, there will be ample room for it to move downwards after which, right? So we can, if that goes down, we will expect a little rejection here, then finally to the lows that we can see over here, right? So that's all for this week. Registration for the live seminar in Singapore, again I mentioned, on the 3rd and 4th September, it has already opened. I'm finalizing the last few spots. So if you want to attend a live seminar that I have, probably the last one in Singapore for this year itself, it will be on the 3rd and 4th of September, right? So that's all for this week. I'll see you all next week.